defenders. How does that second one result in a 1-yard loss?
Yeah, this is situations where sometimes you don't want you're not counting guys, and then unfortunately you don't get a chance to get the play in the direction you want, and it sometimes happens. Sometimes when they got 12 guys, you end up with a bigger game, and it happens.
Mario talked about how they were doing some things differently between less stunts. They put 4 linebackers. Gonzalez was talking after the game, also 4 linebackers in the 3-3-5 against the 11 personnel, was messing with some stuff. How much did that alter what you were trying to do between the first half, second half, and adjusting to that?
I think that anytime in the course of a game, and I said this before going into the week, teams have had some changes, some change-ups, and we'll have to adjust a little bit. I thought we did a great job running the football and getting on the phones and talking about what we were doing to adjust that stuff, need a little more rhythm in the pass game, and I thought our guys adjusted, and took a while to get some of the hiccups that we had out of the way, and ball didn't bounce our way a couple times, but was excited the way the guys bounced back.
For those of us who don't watch the coaches tape, what makes Penei Sewell an Outland Trophy finalist as a true sophomore left tackle? Why is he so good?
Well, I think that that trophy is a pretty special trophy. I think it goes to any of those trophies are for any of the positions, but I mean the traits and the skill set it takes to get to that level of that accomplishment's really is a really special honor. I mean from everything they do in decision making to fundamentals to skill set to will to all the stuff that those are just the things that don't have to do with maybe a pass set or down block or pull or reach or a set or a screen. I think more than anything is the accountability and what he's put on tape. His plays with physicality. He's graded out really well. Not a lot of mental errors. I mean that's the things you're looking for when you take those accolades.
How rare is it for a guy like him to do this as a true sophomore? That's a position we always hear that takes time to develop, and how rare is that for him to be doing it so quickly?
Yeah, I mean to do it that fast is really special. I mean he's a special kid. We knew that coming in, right? And he's just developed in a really fast manner, really high football IQ, and he's earned it. He's done a really, really great job, man, and I'm excited to see him continue on for these next couple.
Looking at the tape, how has this Oregon State defense kind of changed since where they were at the beginning of the year to where they're at now?
They've done a great job. Tim's done a great job with that group. I mean, that's just the evolution of a program, right? You get second year and some guys, and guys get a chance to develop within a scheme. We know that as good as anybody. And so, he's done a great job. Those guys, they're playing hard. They're playing passionate. He's done a great job coaching those guys all over the place.
Senior day on Saturday, and this group of seniors has been through a lot during their time here at Oregon. How would you describe this class of players?
Resilient, tough, educated in the game on and off of football. I think that seeing some of the things that happen off the field and then working through that and then getting on the field and working through different schemes and coaches, my hat's off to this group of guys. They're phenomenal, and just a resilient group that's passionate about Oregon football and Oregon in general, and I'm excited for those guys to play this weekend.
What's been your biggest 2 years working with Justin, or I guess 3 years working with Justin? What's kind of your biggest kind of takeaway when you'll reflect on his time here and your time working with him?
A younger coach would have talked about skill set about now. The older coach is going to say the human side. That's not being done. It's really, really nice to be around great kids, passionate kids that care about, the University of Oregon, their family, football, the way they do things, they carry themselves the right way. I mean, it's just really good to see a guy grow up and take the things that are going to carry him on in life. Not to mention, I mean, the ability, the things he's done on the field. I mean, those things are remarkable, and he's worked his tail off, and he's put himself in the position that he's in, and that's to be an ultra successful quarterback in the history of Oregon, and let alone moving forward. But right now I know he's focused on, and he does such a great job of just focused on today and taking one day at a time. And I'm fortunate to have the relationship with that.
When they have one of the nation's leading pass rushers and tackle for loss, how do you go about, I know he's not had the most productive games the last couple of weeks, he's dealing with an injury I believe, but how do you go about trying to contain a player who's doing what he's doing?
No, he's having a phenomenal season. We've got to take him into account in all the personnel sets we've got and all the formations and where he's at and protections and runs, and he's doing a phenomenal job. They've done a great job coaching him. He's got a plays with a great motor, and we've got to make sure we know where he's at. We're going to take him into account. You take him into account in the run game, you've got to take him into account in protection. You've got to make sure that you know where he's at and really not take it for granted.
CJ was your best in pass pro last year even, but how much is he really taking to take pride in the fact that, go back to the Civil War last year, it was the hit that knocked Justin out was, the guy just they overloaded the left side on him. where
Yeah, that wasn't on CJ,
No.
but the reality CJ in general, I think was what you're getting to is his development as a pass blocker really is coming along. He's done a great job. I think that's what you see in anyone who's in that position over the course of a few seasons, especially coming out of high school. That's one of the skill sets that a lot of running backs out of high school have to develop. Sean's doing it right now, and kind of his off year, and CJ's done a great job. All the backs have really tried to assert themselves in that role, and that's tough, man. That's part of the deal and part of the game, and they've done it phenomenally. They did a great job last week, and continue to get better with that.
just his absence in the pass game the last 3 weeks just been that durability where he suffers these minor injuries, just taking him out, so he just hasn't had to catch the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, I think there's two pieces of that. Maybe one's the injury, but then people are playing us a little bit different too. You know, they're soaking up our back on protection, which is good, and we're playing out to play outside. You know, they're respecting our backs. You know, they're respecting our pass game, respecting our guys outside, and you know, we always try to get our backs involved with what they're doing. He'll continue to be a key piece to that.
Justin said bad decisions on the 2 interceptions. Do you agree with that, and kind of what's been the process of reflecting on those passes?
You know, we went through it as a group. There's going to be no one's at fault for anything. He'll put it all on his back, which is that's what you want the quarterback to do. But there's things we can clean up with that, and it's not going to be on anyone's lap. Just things to clean up. Thanks, guys.